welcome to season 2, race 1, round 1 on Ruapuna Park GP in the Formula Rookies. It's the first race of the new season. Defending champion Kimster won by a point. Mandatory stop. All 4 tyres, of course, have to be changed. The practice session will be 15 minutes. The qualifying session will be 10 minutes. The weather this evening will be medium cloud, clear. There, of course, will be no rain. There will be no transition into darkness because they're driving open wheel cars. So the Formula Rookie is based off the Formula Ford. It's got no downforce, and it will be slightly more twitchier to drive than most cars, as they're going to find out. Ruapuna Park itself is located in Templeton in Canterbury in New Zealand. It's a 2-mile long track, and it's highly technical, and they do drive open wheels there, among other things, as well as the New Zealand V8 series. So we're just going to go out for a bit of a practice session to get some rubber onto the track. I was going to be joined in the booth this evening by Nicoletto, but he has decided to drive it out this evening. But if you wish to watch from a driver's perspective, he's on Twitch. Lap of this track, protective of a defending champion. So he's now on to the Concup main straight here at Ruapuna. Ruapuna. I'm really failing the pronunciation. So this first corner is the Flexo Plus corner. Onto the really short Castrol straight. That's pothole. I didn't name it. And then come for the Chemtech corner. Like a hairpin. That's not the race. That's not the track. Not sure why he's gone down the round down that way. That's not actually the track, so we're and then for the track. So here we go again in car. So it's onto the Castrol straight through pothole. Now the Kelmford Camtech corner, which is like a hairpin. Power down through this little short S's here onto the Fulton Hogan. Just another tight right-hander. Power now down to, he's now driving down towards the Crown Left Carousel. Slowest of the corners on this track. Through There's a quick right hander, that is Jeff's corner. Then Cook from Nissan. Into the Dunlop straight. And through the rock sweeper to complete the lap. And that's a lap of Ruapuna Park. So we'll go back onto track side. So damage has been switched off for this championship because they're open wheels and they have a tendency to react badly to other cars hitting them. The O'Reillys are sturdier machines. They're still doing about 120 miles an hour, and so damage is quite bad for them. So there's number sitting the fastest of the practice times at the moment, 1:33.7. We'll be looking over him in the number 47 car. In the Ferrari red colour is Rico. He of course had a victory in last season in the Ginetta Junior. That was at Hockenheim, so see if we can etch up another victory. Like there, he's driving looks like the number 11 Bolton Racing colour. I know that because that's my team in the single players. So that's my car there. Still will be in the number. I can't really see it. We'll be looking at him. He'll be in the number 5 Tiger Racing Winkies, number 12 Bolton Racing. So he's technically Nicoletto's teammate. Ashford is in the number. Is also driving the number 14 car. My lucky number, so I should in the number 14 white and yellow car. Can't really know what team that is. Jeffers is in the number 3 Phoenix Racing. Getting a bit sideways there. Of course I'm not racing, so 7 competitors this evening. There should be more tomorrow. Do like the Phoenix Racing colour because it's got like a shark livery at the front. It looks like a more like a wolf really, but does kind of meld in with the Formula Bookie's car. As around again goes Jiffers, trying to get some temperature into these tyres. It's 37 laps. Tomorrow will be a 40 lap race. We'll see who's going to take the first race in this championship. It's a nice little circuit this is. It was originally a DLC and from the Audi pack and Project Cars 1. Come with the Audi, a lot of Audi cars basically. Highlight that one being the Audi LMP 900 R8. So I did try to sneak in too, and we were using the of course, if you are interested, if you can visit no one watching at the moment, but if people that watch this back, if you want to partake in this championship, then you're more than welcome to join. Just send me a line and I'll add you. We also have space in our EDC main championships on Wednesdays. We're entering the last minute of the practice session, and then we'll get into the pole shootout for the qualifying. See who will take pole in the first race we ever had here in the EDC at this track. Well, the physical damage, like the outside damage, is off. The mechanical damage is on, so the engine will wear. So the time of day has been dropped down to 12, and it will move along at times 2. So it will get the weather change. See if you could have the luck of Ferrari in with that colour. He's got the colour scheme he's got there. So next week they'll be trundling around Brands Hatch Indy, which is a track designed for the IndyCar series in the early 90s. That should invoke a lot more compact racing there. It's literally just 2 straights, kind of shaped like a kidney. As Jeffers goes around there around Jeff's corner. So last minute of the practice session underway as we wait for the cars that are out on track to come back in. Just getting their final, laying out their final laps before they try for the pole shootout in 45 seconds time. Should they again a bit sideways in the last corner. So that's the practice session over, so now we'll go to the 10-minute qualifying session, which will be the shootout for the pole. So who will be pole for race 1 of this season? Well, we will find out in the next 10 minutes who will take the pole position for the first time. Will it be Nomis, who's been quite pacey around here in the practice races, as though he is? Took 3 race victories in the Janetta Junior. He made some mistakes with the Red Bull Ring in the first race that cost him race victories by delaying his pit stops. So will he take race victory? Or will we see a surprise victor from elsewhere on the grid? It'll be this man, Winky, who's found some He's been finding some more, a little bit of pace from the, particularly in the Genetic Junior. To collect some cones there for us. He was quite speedy and he did make some challenges. Of course, we have Rico who took a sole race victory at Hockenheim. I already said. Katibi up there. But we will find out in the next hour who will be our first race victor. Of course, tomorrow race 2 will be live here on my YouTube channel. So just doing some tests. There we go, so now they've completed their warm out laps. We'll see who's gonna set the pace setting lap. Don't know who got out first. Six minutes in the session to go. Cross the line first is Nicleto or 136.09.023. Jiffers with 143.572. Winky with 113.7. Rico sets a 136.009. Nomis comes in with a 136.487. And then comes Kimster. He's on his out lap. So here's a shed. Actually goes with a 141.214. Just trying to get some temperature into these tyres. As Rico looks as though he's caught up with that would be Winky. Just gonna cost him in terms of lap time. Who's that in the distance losing control? That was Jiffers. Using every extent of this car, trying to go around the corner. Plateau for his second lap time, 135.72, so that's a good improvement. Jiffers improves to a 136.603. Rico, despite being held up by Winky, goes to 135.078. Nomis sits in, gets a little slight improvement on his time, 136. Kimster now goes second with a 135.533. As Nomis gets it all wrong. At the flexor pass corner. I don't know whether that's tactical to hold out Kimster. Kimster's going to get a little bit of slipstream now off him as he's trying to set his fastest lap. So that's a duke out between Rico, Kimster, Cleto and Nomis, but Nomis did get it wrong in the first corner, but he's got plenty of time to regroup and try again. So here comes Rico's now. Looks like he's got it clear of Winky. There's going to be a time penalty there for Winky in the background. So Rico currently our provisional pole sitter. 3 minutes to go. Would he improve on his 135? He does not. Winky does slightly improve, or 137.591. Here comes Kimchi, who got a little bit of a toe from Nomis. He slightly improves. He's now 100th of a second off Kimster, off Rico, who's currently sitting in pole. Puff of dust there from the Cleto's car. She's doing quite well, sitting in third place at the moment with 2 minutes remaining of the session. Jefferson has moved up into fourth place despite having some issues with the car, and camera curses, he got it a little bit sideways there. He's really using the little power this car has. Yeah. So we're into the last 2 minutes of this session. Does Cleto improve? He does not. Does Chivas improve? He doesn't either, so Nomis is currently sitting in fifth place. He was fastest in the practice sessions. You saw, he did get a 133. Does he get a 133 here to move into pole? He does. 1 minute 33.869. He moves into provisional pole. Kimster sets a 134.390 to move into second place. So that pushes Rico down into fourth, so into third, and Cleto drops down into fourth place. Rico into third. Jivers sits in fifth place. Winky in seventh, and Ashhead. See if he improves his time. He doesn't. He's still sitting in the 139s at the moment. Didn't really get much time to practice with the car, so. But he's now on what would be his final lap with 20 seconds to go. So these will now be the last laps of some people that are out on track. It's their last chance to improve on their times. Rico and the Cleto are both sitting in the pit, so they won't be improving on their time. So who is first across the line? It will be Winky. See if he improves on his time. So he moves up from sixth place at the moment. So Winky takes the checkered flag, and does he improve? I'm going wide there. He doesn't. So he does slightly, but he still stays in sixth. So Nomis is our pole sitter, so it's only Ashhead now left out on track to see if he can improve on his 139.064. Round the rock sweeper he comes. It's 19 seconds now left on the clock. Powers up the Concut main straight. Ashhead does not improve, and that is the end of the qualifying session. So is Nomis on pole, Kimster second, Jiffers third, who did actually improve, Rico fourth, Cleto 5th, Winky 6th, and Ashed 7th. Of course, I'm not actually driving. So let's just look at all the cars as they sort out their pit strategies. 7 runners this evening. We thank them all for partaking in this race. So yeah, cars are slightly ahead of the pit box, slightly ahead of the starting boxes there. Not quite sure what that is, but it is what it is, I guess. Just wait for the guys to select this thing. So tomorrow's race, 9 o'clock, same channel. Might have Nicleto in the box with me. I'm not too sure. We'll see what it is. So is actually the name of the track there. They might Piro Motorsport Park. Not sure why it's called Ruapuna on the game, but it is. Well, it is what it is. So that will be, and next week of course will be starting 9 o'clock on Friday. I don't know why I say 9 o'clock. Never do start at 9 o'clock, but next week will be from Brands Hatch Indy. So we'll hopefully see you there. If we can get some more racing, more drivers, that would be nice. But it is what it is. Just waiting for the inputs from the guys. So we'll start on warm slick tyres. They do have the option to go to sports tyres, as they have now all started. So here we are, we're underway for race season 2, round 1, Ruapuna Park, and away they go. Nomis got a bit bogged down there, and it looks like they go side by side into the down this cut straight into the braking zone for the Flexo Pass corner. There might be some contact here as Kinster goes out wide, and they all seem to go around. All got around cleanly around there, down, powering down the Castrol Straight through pothole. Still no contact between any of the drivers. Thomas looks a little bit of air away from him as Rico's looking on the inside of Kimster. As he looks again down Fulton Hogan. No dice for him on as Kimster goes defensive. Kimster's now gone a bit wide. That's going to give him an opportunity to go around him at the Crown Lift Carousel. And he does. He moves into second place. Now Kimster's now lost a place there because he went on to the dirt as the cone goes flying as somebody sent that forward. Jiffers is now under pressure himself. It looks like from Nicleto. Nicleto's looking to get onto his case down the Dunlop Straight. A little bit of contact because no damage is off for these cars. Winky brings up the rear of this pack. So Nomis has managed to get away in front. Incident free as he comes down to the second time at Flexo Pass onto the Castrol Straight. In the background, a little bit of connectivity there between the teammates' colours there of Winky and Nicleto. Not actually teammates in this championship, but Nicleto's now going to have to do some defensive work from Winky as Winky goes on the outside, and they're going to try and dive on the inside here at Fulton Hogan. Not quite sure what it's called. That sounds like a pretty stupid name for a corner, but I guess that's how they like their naming conventions in New Zealand. So Rico has picked up as our first driver to pick up a time penalty but he's managed to get a little bit of a gap now on Kimster in third place. So it's Nomis from Rico, from Kimster, from Nakleto, from Winky, from Jiffers, and Ashed there in the background. Jiffers is looking to make a move on Winky as he goes onto the con-cut straight. I'm not going to try and get it done as he goes into the Flexoplast corner. No, he's too far away to make any move. It's mandatory stop. It looks like Nakleto went a bit wide down the exit there of the Flexoplast corner, and Winky's going to take back position from him, and he looks as though he forced Jiffers off there as Ashed destroys the braking marker. That's not going to make some people happy out on track. Winky did briefly get in front of Nakleto, who must have had a time penalty for his exit of the Flexoplast corner, but the little bit of action that happened there did force Jiffers wide off the track onto the dirt, which means he lost control. So as I said, mandatory stops, and the tyres, all four tyres will be changed simultaneously on this car, so it should be quick stops. We'll make it look as though they're not changing tyres, but in fact they are. So nobody's coming in early. They're going around to complete lap 4 of 37. Still Norris, who is our race leader. He's got a 2-second lead as he goes wide at Flexoplast corner, but he's still got it all under control at the moment. The track temperature is sitting around about 91 degrees, so it's just about right for these tyres. It looks as though they're starting to lose a little bit of temperature in the tyres. We've got 91 degrees Fahrenheit. It's not exactly cold, but it is springtime in New Zealand, so that might be affecting the cars. It says there as Rico has started to find a little bit of a rhythm with the car, as he looks to close the gap in on Nomis, as Nomis has received a time penalty. So at the moment it's Nomis, Rico and Nakleto are all sitting on time penalties. And Kimster there goes wide. And the exit of the Cook Room Nissan round the rock sweeper onto the Con-Cut main straight. Doubles as a drag strip apparently. As you can see, there's the drag strip. They sweep off to the left here into. Looks as though Nomis is again trying to slow down for penalties, and that has brought Rico onto his case. 32 laps remaining in this race. As Jiffers again has now lost complete control of the car. In the background, he waits for Asher to go past before he'll start to rejoin the race. And in fact he hasn't, he has decided to retire from the race. So Jiffers has retired with only 5 laps on the clock. So we're down to 6 races remaining. little battle here, battling for what would be 4th place at the moment between Winky and the Cleto. So Winky goes a little bit wide. Still no one has attempted to go into the pit lane. Lap 6 of 37, so 31 laps remaining of this race. Tomorrow we'll have 40 laps. There's no clear skies are now overhead in New Zealand. Rico really has now caught up with Nomis, and this is the battle for the race lead between these two. Nomis goes a bit wide there at the Kelford Camtech corner, through Fulton Hogan onto the Crown Lift Carousel. So Rico's really caught up with him. But Nomis has managed to get a little bit of gap as they go into Jeff's corner. He literally should be able to smell what fuel Nomis' car's using. He's closed the gap now down to 600ths. Onto the Concut main straight / drag strip. Got slightly wrong in somewhere around the track, because they'll probably be saying that the tyres are losing temperature, but it's the same case for everyone. As Winky has actually made the first of our drivers to have decided to come into the pit lane for his stop, so we can tick him off lap 7. So that's all 4 tyres changed. Let's see what tyres Winky has switched on to. So Winky's remained on slicks. Not sure why it displayed wets there, but I think he's changed his tyres and he's back out. He definitely has, because there's and he gets the pit exit all wrong there. Not sure what happened there, but he got it all wrong. Got that one on camera. Good thing there's no damage on the car, otherwise pretty embarrassing for him. He probably would have lost a wheel on the exit. So Winky rejoins, but rejoins quite embarrassingly after hitting the pit wall. In the meantime, we were watching the comedy that was Winky. Nomis has managed to open up a 1.5 second, or whatever, a second lead now on Rico. Not sure what happened there, but there's definitely a gap brewing between the two. Gives us a further 7 seconds back, about 6 seconds back on Rico. The car's definitely these tyres are definitely losing their temperature. Shouldn't be such a problem at Brands Hatch next week, in the glorious British sunshine. But Kimster has managed to get a gap on the Cleto, and there's a further massive gap back from the Cleto to Ashed. So we have to find out what happened to into the pit lane. Again comes Winky, but in fact Winky has now retired, so we're now down to 5 drivers left on the track. So Winky has retired from the race, so that's Jiffers and Winky retired respectively. So they both will go to the back of the grid tomorrow's race. Nomis gets it all wrong and has lost control, and he has lost the lead. Got a bit too much of the inside there of that corner, of the Flexoplast corner, and he got it all wrong. And he did a little bit of a 360 pirouette there and lost control of the car, and has lost the lead to Rico. So we have to regroup and do it all again. So he also lost positions to Kimster. Kimster moves into second place. We're going up to 27 laps remaining in this race. Winky did stop and then retired from the race, so I forgot to put the map on. Jiffers has officially left the session, so I'm not sure what's happened there. He must be having some form of issue with the car. I'm not sure what the issue is. So Rico's our race leader. He's now clear 7 seconds clear of Kimster. Pretty sure Nomish is going to be fuming under his helmet after his spin at Flexoplast corner. So it's there's 27 laps remaining of this race. Oh, okay. So there's Nomis now on the Con Cup main straight, slipstreaming into the Flexoplast corner, which he lost control at only 2 laps ago. Not going to get it done there. This is of course helping Rico get away in the front. Kimster's always been quite a difficult driver to get past. And I'm always managed to have found a way to get round him, but at least around the carousel. It's going to get him, it looks like, at Jeff's corner. No, he's not. Back on the inside, slight break in there from Kimster. Made Nomis have to go out a little bit onto the dirty stuff. Now onto the Dunlop straight. Through to the rock sweeper. He's going to have to get back up onto his case again if he's going to have any chance to get past him for second place. He's going to try and have to get it done in the pit lane. So through the Camtech corner, I'm just going to call it the Camtech corner, I want you to say that, through Hogan. Still, it's Kimster who's in front of Nomis. Rico's got clean away now, an 8-second lead on these two. Nomis did attempt to try and make a pass at Jeff's corner. So going to try it again this lap. He's not close enough as Kimster gets it all wrong on the exit of Jeff's corner. It's going to make him susceptible on the Dunlop straight through Cochrane Nissan. They went through. Is he going to get a chance to go for it at the rock sweeper? He's not going to get it there. He's now going to get the slip and the toe from Kimster's car down the Com Cup main straight. Use every ounce of power from this little car's engine. Nomis is going to have to see if we can get it stuck into the flexo plows, and he does. So he moves into second place. Brilliantly done. He got it all done on the straight, all because Kimster got it wrong on the exit of one corner, Jeff's corner, and that led him to become susceptible to the pass as Ashid comes in for his stop, and Ashid has now retired. I think we might have to think about black flag in the race, as there's now only 4 members of the race team, 4 members left. So if you're going to have to bear with me, I'm going to have to change rooms. Just going to just find out if they want to carry on. Do you want to stop? There's only 4 of you. No, so do you want to stop then?
No point racing when it's 4 of us left.